Will you be rich? Is it even under your control? Would you do anything about it if you could? One writer did the dirty work, scoured all the research, and she says there are, in fact, real telltale signs to predict your future net worth. And according to her list, there's still some time to make changes. Annalee Rufus is a contributor for the Daily Beast, and she is joining me now from California. Annalee, good to have you with us today.
Hi, happy to be here.
All right, so what sparked this article? Why go after this?
Well, we're all curious, especially now that so many people are getting so much less rich. I thought, look at the studies and find out what the scientists are saying. And so all these statistics did come from scholarly studies, most of them from economists.
All right, so some of these may be surprising, though, that are on your list. I want to get to it because it's interesting, and I want everybody out there to get a pen and paper and start to write these down. But according to you, blondes should expect to be big earners. Why?
Which ones?
Blondes?
Blondes. Exactly. I found that the statistics, the answers to the question, who gets rich, are kind of what we always suspected and always feared. It's tall, blonde, slender, good-looking people who were popular in high school. Why blondes? Nobody really knows. I think because blondes fit into the stereotypical definition of beauty for so many people, and it's true. Statistically attractive people get paid more.
Okay, number two, you say non-smokers.
That's because I interviewed the economist who found this in his study, and he said it's just literally the packs of cigarettes do add up. And being rich is about making a lot of money, but it's also about saving a lot of money. And smokers tend not to save because they keep shelling out for pack after pack. It's funny how the little things add up. Your
research also showed that popularity early on in life plays a big part. Why?
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker. Why? Because if you're the kind of person who's a good social networker in kindergarten, in high school, you're going to keep that skill. And that carries over into the other strange statistic, which was that drinkers, social drinkers, make more money than non-drinkers. Why would that be? The economists who did the study said it's because social drinkers have a larger social network and thus more social capital.
You got the floor crew smiling here. All right, talk about Princeton. Why is that important to your results?
Ouch, I didn't go there. It's certain schools really do increase your average salary later in life. Princeton, Dartmouth, and Harvey-Mudd, which is an engineering school in Southern California, actually rack up the higher salaries than your state schools, and even UC Berkeley, where I went to school, is about 2/3 the salary of those Princetonites.
All right, let's talk about height. You mentioned height is very important.
Height.
Why?
It is. Why? Well, one expert suggested that it was because the tall people are noticed. The tall people make more of an impression than we average people or smaller people, and they can reach things, so they're more helpful.
That's right. I can get stuff off the top of the shelf for you. All right, bring up marriage.
That's why they pay you more.
Bring up marriage, because this is really an important part.
It is. I interviewed the economist who did that study, and he found that being divorced lowers your net worth by as much as 70%. Why? Because divorce is expensive. For one thing, when you're married and you're in that kind of combined household, you've got two incomes, and it's easier to save, and it's just easier to build up a nest egg. But when you're alone, everything costs more. Being divorced can be traumatic in so many ways. You end up not saving as much. Okay,
well, you also mentioned drinkers. We already got to them, but then another important one is body mass. Why is that, and where does that fall into all of this?
Another heartbreaker that might fall into the attractiveness category. The more you weigh, the less you earn as the years go by. And this economist told me that a severe weight change, a severe weight loss, can significantly raise your later income. And 5 pounds will not help you.
5 pounds will not help. Okay, but last but not least, this was fascinating to most of us on the 3 p.m. team, the Russian ancestry link. Why is that important?
The authors of the book who produced this study do not theorize why that's important, but statistically speaking, households that are headed by someone of Russian ancestry have a much higher quotient of millionaires compared to any other ancestry in the U.S. And that might change over the years, but right now it's marry a Russian.
Well, it's marry a Russian. Marry a Russian or dye your hair blonde. One or the other, I think, are the best ways to go.
Or grow tall.
That's right, grow. Annalee Rufus with the Daily Beast. It is a fascinating read, so I encourage everybody to go to the website and check it out. So thanks.
Thank you.